When multiplying decimals, it's not important that you line up the decimals. Instead, you need to right justify your two numbers that multiply together. In other words, you want them each lined up so that your first column to the right is above and below each other. Now, for a moment, we're just going to treat this like a normal whole number multiplication problem. We will begin with the 8 and multiply it by each digit in the row above. Now, 8 times 4 is 32. We can't put the whole 32 down, but we can put the 2 down and carry the 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus the 3 we carried is 11. So put a 1 down, carry the other 1. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25, so I put a 5 down and carry the 2. And finally, 8 times 4 is 32, plus the 2 we carried is 34. Now, that is not our answer. We have to get the decimal in the right place. What we do is we look at our original problem and how many digits in the original problem fall to the right of the decimal. In the first line here, we have 2 digits to the right of the decimal, and in the second number, we have 1 digit to the right of the decimal. So, in all, we have 3 digits to the right of the decimal, which means in this problem, instead of having the decimal at the far right, we're going to move 3 positions to the left and put our decimal between the 4 and the 5. So we would have 34.512. Let's do another one, but I'm going to exaggerate the numbers quite a bit. This time we will have 7.0493 times 1.2. Okay, we're going to begin just as normal. Notice I've right justified everything. We're going to begin by multiplying 2 by each of the digits in the number above. 2 times the 3 makes 6, and there is no carrying. 2 times the 9 makes 18. I will put the 8 down and carry the 10 part, 1 to the next column. 2 times 4 is 8, plus that 1 is 9. Now, 2 times 0 is 0, so I'm going to put the 0 down. 7 times 2 is 14. I'll put the 4 down. I can't really carry the 1 to any other position, so I will put the 1 down now. Because with my multiplication I'm not starting with this next position, I'm going to skip over 1 to the next column. I'm going to put a placeholder of 0 in beneath on my next line, and 1 times each number in the line above is just going to give me what we have in the line above. So I'm going to write 3, 9, 4, 0, 7, working to the left, and I'm going to add these two numbers together, starting at the far right. 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11, so put 1 down and carry 1 to the next column. 9 plus 9 is 18, plus the 1 we carried is 19, and we carry the 1. In the next column we have 1 plus 4 is 5, followed by 4 and 8. In the original problem, there are 4 digits to the right of the decimal in the first number and 1 in the second. So 4 plus 1 is 5, and in our answer we will have 5 digits to the right of the decimal, so we will move our decimal 5 places from the far right, and we will have 8.45916 as the product. Now let's talk about multiplying by powers of 10. And by powers of 10 I'm referring to 10, 100, and 1000 in this case. We can, in these situations, look at the number of zeros in our power of 10, and that will tell us how many times we're going to move the decimal to the right. In this first case, 10 has 1 0 in it, so we're going to move our decimal 1 place to the right, so our product will be 43.27. In the next case, when multiplying by 100, there are 2 zeros in the 100, so we will move that decimal 2 places to the right to get 432.7. And when we multiply by 1000, which contains 3 zeros, we will move the decimal 3 places to the right to get 4,327. Notice when you're multiplying by powers of 10, you are going to have numbers that are larger than you begin with, and when you move the decimal to the right, your numbers become larger. Now let's look at multiplying by fractions of 1/10, or powers of 1/10, which would be 1/100th and 1/1000th. Now, 1/10 is the same as 0.1 that we'd be multiplying by. 1/100th is 0.01, and 1/1000th is 0.001. Notice how this 1 falls in the thousandths column. When you are multiplying by these powers of 10, which are fractions, or powers of 1/10, then you're going to be moving the decimal left instead of right, because our numbers are getting smaller. And we can count the number of zeros in this 1/10, 1 0, so we will move this decimal one place to the left to get 4.871 in this first problem. And 100th has 2 zeros in it, so we will move our decimal 2 places to the left and get 0.4871. But that is not acceptable as an answer. We need this leading 0 there in front. And in this third case, we'd move our decimal 1, 2, 3 places to the left. We need to insert a placeholder 0 to the right of our decimal and a 0 to the left of our decimal. 0.04871 would then be the product.